What's good, y'all? I'm sorry we had a little technical difficulties. As you can see, had to change locations. Shout out to Drake and Future, but we had to change locations right quick. And as you
Yeah.
can see, she's in the car. But take the son to the park. Take the little nephew to the park. Nephew got to get a little son out here. So we
Yeah,
know
you
we
gotta get a little
gotta
sun
go
out
have
here.
a little
Yeah,
fun
yeah,
out
yeah.
here.
Gang,
But
gang.
I think we left off. We was leaving middle school or something like that. So I did some extracurriculars in middle school. Not a lot. I remember one thing from elementary school. If we backtrack, I did Clue. I did Clue in elementary school.
I forgot about Clue.
I was
I
so
did
I used to be
Clue.
so pissed that I had to go because I wanted to stay at school and be with my friends. I hated going to Clue sometimes. So that was that.
Yeah,
In middle
I
school,
remember that.
yeah. And in middle school, we had. Did you take algebra 1 in middle school?
Did I? Oh yeah, I did.
I took an eighth grade year.
Yeah, eighth grade year.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we did the same thing. I did that.
Yeah.
Did they divide y'all up into different areas? Like it's
We
like
had 7A, 7B, 7C,
okay, yeah,
7, yeah.
we had colors. We
I
had
was on 7A.
we had
Like,
I think we had 8 red, 8 white, 8 green,
uh
and 8 blue or 7. I know 7 had blue, but I think we had 8 red, 8 white, 8 green, and 8 blue.
mhm.
I think that's how we did. So yeah, we did ours by colors.
That's so cute. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I thought everybody did the same thing. Yep, because like I remember ours, so we used to like what they say, rep your set. We used to be in there doing 7B,
It was hard for us.
7B. We
The
be
green
lit.
was the green was
Ooh, banging.
the honors kids and stuff like that. So of course
Oh,
we couldn't really rank ours too much because folks gonna be like, "Nigga, y'all just nerds." That's what they was doing.
God. They used to say 7A was nerds. I remember that.
Yeah, we
Because
was
we were
nerds, but
smart.
like,
That's crazy how they divided us. But yet they sure divided us up like that.
yeah, we was nerds, but I was like, nah, because half of us are better athletes than the folks that you got on other teams.
Yep.
I was like, you don't want to play
We
this
get our work
game.
done, but we lit.
Yeah, so I had a couple of my boys that I went to school with that played ball. Nah, wasn't nobody messing with us. So I was like, yeah, remember that. But then we transitioned, had a little 8th grade superlatives and stuff like that. We did all that. But then we transitioned into high school. We are going to the high school.
Ooh, high school. The best high school.
Yeah,
Southwind High
I'm gonna
School.
let her have that because that's a lie. But I'm gonna say this
Southwind High. Shout out to those Jaguars.
anyway. I never lost to Southwind in football. Yeah, no, I lost 1 year. I lost 1 year to Southwind in football. In my 4 years, I lost once, and that was my senior year. I lost my senior year. My
Hey.
my first three, yeah, I know, right? My first 3 years, my first 3 years, we was good. We won all three, but that senior, my senior team, it was trash because having them couldn't keep the grades. You're supposed to have the grade. Having them couldn't get it, so they didn't get to play. So the team I thought I was gonna start with couldn't have, and it was just bad. It was just a bad all around year.
I feel that.
When I get to high school, I tell everybody and I ask everybody, if you could rank your 4 years, what was your best year to your work to the year you didn't like that you liked the least?
Okay. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm so open minded and I always try to have fun. Like I always try to live my best life.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 years was lit to me. Like every year was just something new,
Okay.
something different. Freshman year was like, dang, I'm in high school now. Even though they had us on this thing called like we were on the freshman hallway where they had
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah,
freshmen.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
by ourselves, and we felt all secluded and stuff from the big kids. And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, half of my friends are upperclassmen. What you
Right.
talking about? But anyway, whatever they were trying to do with that, I forgot the goal of that. But anyway, freshman year was lit just because it was my first year in high school. Felt like I was grown, thought I was grown. I don't know why I
Right.
thought I was so grown. I got my first cell phone in the 10th grade. I'll never forget that. 10th grade year was lit for that reason alone. I was so happy to get my first phone. Because my mama just didn't play that. She was like, you ain't got nobody to talk to.
True. True.
So 10th grade came, she gave me my first phone. 11th grade year, 11th grade, okay, I would say 11th grade was a little boring because it really wasn't, nothing spectacular that went on that year. But of course, senior year was lit.
Was that
Senior year was lit.
so? Which one was your favorite?
I didn't even go to prom 11th grade. If I just had to pick one, then if I just had to pick a grade, I would say 12th grade.
Was your favorite year? Yeah.
Yeah. Freshman year is a faint memory. I mean, I know it was lit, but it's just senior year. So much stuff happens that senior year. College searching and
So yeah,
getting accepted,
right.
getting out your mom's house.
So I can see,
So
So you going senior year, ninth and 10th grade, right there in the middle. Or it
yeah.
depends on what day you ask me. I might say
It depends on what day. Yeah.
Okay. And then junior year is like that. Okay, I can respect that. I respect that.
That's my man.
Coming on my side, my favorite year, ninth grade, freshman year. Freshman year was my favorite year.
Why ninth grade?
Boy, Woodale was on some dumb stuff my freshman year. We was dumb. I'm talking about it's fights every day, all day. It didn't matter.
It's lit.
Folks getting suspended, folks getting kicked out of school. It didn't matter. The football games was lit. The basketball games was lit. It just overall, it was fun times. I seen some, like I said, people get jumped, people get stomped out. I seen all of it. Blood everywhere. Saw all of it. It was just, but we didn't like our principal either, my ninth grade judge. We hated him. We couldn't stand him. So after that year, he left. Well, kind of ran him out, but he left. And then when we got our new principal, he was there for my next 3 years there. He was so cool. Mr. Kyle was one of the coolest dudes, cooler principals I ever met. Bro was so laid back and chill. Ninth grade year was my favorite year. What happened was, my 10th grade year, they started doing freshmen, like you said. Instead of having a freshman hall, they had a freshman building. They had a freshman building right next to the main building. So if you wasn't in honors classes, you weren't over there in the other building taking with us that much. Usually freshmen came over there just to eat lunch, really. Take gym, eat lunch, and if you were in honors classes, you took honors classes with us, the upperclassmen, because you took classes a grade higher. But other than that, the freshmen had their own building. We was the last freshman class to be a part of the whole school.
Of the whole school.
So we knew all the upperclassmen, so we didn't have no problem with that. We didn't have no problem with class because that's what we was doing. So it was, it was fun. I love ninth grade year. And just like you, my mom didn't really play that. I got my first phone as a freshman. But I only got that phone was because it was hand-me-down phones. Mike had got another phone. He got one of Sherrod's older phones, I think. That Sherrod just got a new phone. Mike got his older phone. I got Mike's old phone. That's the reason I got a phone.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because if Sherrod wasn't getting a new phone and passing that, I wouldn't have got a phone. So
you wouldn't have got a phone.
I ended up getting that one my ninth grade year. So that's one of the main reasons I ended up getting a phone. So, but yeah, I was like that in middle school too. I was like, I had to borrow friends' phones, had to
me too. I used to hate that.
Call using the house phone. Hated that.
Yep. I was like, man, that was annoying.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I don't know. I guess it wasn't really nothing I could have been doing or talking to.
Right. So I can understand why. So
yeah.
But when I got,
I got my first phone, I was like, I think it was like a sidekick or something. It was like a slide phone.
I had an LG Spider. I had an LG phone. It was a slide. It was a slide.
A slide.
It was a touch screen and a keyboard, but it was an LG.
Yep, that's what mine. Yep.
Wasn't gonna last long. But it was kind of crazy. When I got my phone, though, I realized how much I do talk to people.
Yeah.
I really realized how much I actually talk to people once I
got actually talk and interact with people.
Right. I was like, I actually do this. What was the first social media site you signed up for?
MySpace. You hear me? Top friends. What's up?
I don't think MySpace.
Wait, what's the MySpace?
MySpace was my first one. Tag was my first one.
I don't think I ever did Tag.
Tag was my
first one. I never did Tag. MySpace was legit my first one because I remember. Wait, I just know it was my first one. I didn't have nothing else before that.
I couldn't get MySpace yet. My mom didn't let me get MySpace yet. So
why?
I don't know. They didn't. And then Mike and them had MySpace, but they didn't let me have one. So I had Tagged at first. So I created Tag. Tag was cool and everything chilling. I got some people on my phone I still talk to today from Tag. That's what.
From Tag.
Yeah, so it was. That's where I started. Then I went from Tag to MySpace, and then yeah, but MySpace, what? Let somebody drop out their top 8. They coming for
you.
you.
God, they come for
you.
you. That's it. That's it. Right? I had got so cold. I started hiding my friends. I started hiding stuff on my profile.
Right.
I would fix the folks' profile for some money. I was like, I had the matches. I had Soldier Boy on my background with the matches on with Soldier Girl playing.
Everybody didn't have Crank That.
If
nobody Crank That.
Bathing Apes.
You got him, then you got Booty Got Swag and all that. We playing all this dumb
Booty
stuff.
Got Swag playing. Bruh, my page was coordinated, baby.
I had Lil Wayne on mine sometimes. I had Wayne on the back of my junk. Because back in the day, back in 05, 06, 07, Wayne was that. Wayne was
that. I would give him Wayne was that, man.
Wayne was that.
That's funny.
But
that's
the Crank That era, the Soulja Boy era, Soulja Boy's time frame, it kicked off MySpace and YouTube. It took that to
It took off.
Soulja Boy single had one of the few dudes that took YouTube and MySpace. That took off. You know how many spin-off songs we got because of Crank That?
Because of Crank That.
Crank That Spider-Man, Crank That Batman, Crank That
Yank.
I was like,
watch me crank that Yank.
Yank. Watch me crank that Yank. He was like, what? Then he made straight dance song. You'll snap and roll. He was like, he made that. Watch me hit that bird walk. Watch me hit that.
Yeah.
We was like,
I ain't gonna lie, I still got that joint on my phone.
Oh yeah, I got some of them songs on my phone.
I be like, why me do it?
And the one with him and Bow Wow.
Crap.
Last night your girl forehead was on my ass. Oh shit. Yeah, it was the song. I gotta look it up. But that joke was
I can't think of it.
I can't think of it. Soulja Boy. Yeah.
Soulja Boy up in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll?
Why me crank that?
Baby, that's why I used to be so small, because them songs used to have me tired, boy.
Y'all, pretty swag. This.
Oh, I forgot about y'all.
Is my swag. All the girls are on me. Swag. Everybody. Attention. This right here is my pretty boy swag. Hey, Soulja Boy.
You had to sing that song like you was having an asthma attack.
Or something. You had to, because
you weren't singing it right if you don't.
Hits me through the phone.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I was bumping that joint like yesterday.
Like,
I'm in my phone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 2, 1, 2.
He had so many hits.
He had so many hits. Ain't nobody play Soulja Boy, man. Now I don't know what he on now, but
he make a lot of money. He'll produce it. He make beats.
Oh yeah, he do. I forgot. I remember from that.
He makes so much money off of beats and stuff now, so he's still relevant.
Listen. Kaden.
Right. Soulja Girl. Soulja.
Oh yeah.
You gotta step like this.
He had to slow it down for the people.
Right. Oh, that's what it was. Marco Polo.
Oh yeah. I could not think of the name of that. Marco
Polo. Yeah. But yeah, that Soulja Boy, that MySpace Soulja Boy era, it was, man. Then you had T-Pain. T-Pain was still big.
I still love T-Pain to this day. T-Pain,
to this day.
I love him. But T-Pain for real, buy you a drink.
What?
Man.
Kiss with Chris Brown? What?
I love that song.
Bartender?
I still be bumping. These are songs that will forever be in my library.
What? Shawty with him and Ply?
Shawty. Yeah, it's my Shawty. You see the people?
What's the name? Bartender. I'm in love with a stripper.
I'm in love with a stripper. I just listened to Can't Believe It the other day, and I was like, man,
Can't
that just
believe
such a
it.
vibe.
Ooh,
That just was such a
y'all
vibe.
on me. Bruh, it was like the T-Pain, Soldier Boy. We had, and then that's when we started getting them franchise boys and D4L, Laffy Taffy, all that
Man,
stuff.
all that. Like I said, that's why our party used to be so lit.
Because we had so much dance music.
Dance music. I was like, yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that, man.
You talking
Like
about
I sound old now, huh?
talking about having a whole circle of people facing each other doing crank that.
With a serious face.
With a serious face.
Like honest good times. Honest good times.
Bro, we go sit down, take a break.
No beef.
Then we start getting old, and then that's when Pretty Ricky and them start coming in. We was like, oh.
And everybody used
School,
to
Pretty Ricky.
upload videos of dudes doing the dolphin dive on the ground.
Dolphin dive, that thing, I don't know what, dolphin dive that thing was just huge. It just took off.
Oh, boy, we used to be so fast looking at the YouTube videos, them boys humping on that ground.
And we grew up with Miss Twerksome, all them.
All them.
We grew up.
All of them.
We grew up with all of them. That was like,
that's so hilarious.
Yeah, we had the Paul Wall, Mike Jones era.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 281
man.
0 0.
I need to.
Get Mike Jones up.
I need to update my playlist.
I was about to blow.
That's so, bro. Lit is an understatement.
Right. So we did all that era, but yeah, 9th grade was my favorite year. 10th grade, second. Man, 10th grade year was so lit.
10th grade.
It was lit, man, because the upperclassmen was still lit and cool. And 2, that was my first year starting varsity football.
Uh-huh.
So that was it was just fun. I love 10th grade year.
I started softball. I really wish I had started softball in my freshman year. But I was so closed off. Like, I don't know why I was very, very, no, I wouldn't even say I was shy. I just wasn't interested in doing a whole lot of extra stuff in high school, which is why I did so much in college. I just did a lot in college.
Just wanted
that. But in high school, I was real closed off to myself. But I started playing softball my 11th grade year into my 12th grade year.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun in itself, just going to different schools, playing with girls at different schools. And
it's fun.
Even though we sucked completely, we were terrible. I'm not going to lie to you. But it was just fun.
It's fun going to play other schools. It's fun.
Just something to do after school besides, like, get out of the regular routine, come home, do homework, go to sleep. Like, I just was like, I get to go to practice. I get to go to Germantown and play against them and, just add something to the routine.
It was fun. It was fun doing that stuff. My favorite year.
Softball.
After that, my third is my senior year. Senior year is like, I said this on my past podcast, so if anybody listening to this, they gonna be like, he about to say it again. Yes, I am.
Uh-huh.
Senior year is like, when you watch a TV show and it's the last season.
Oh yeah.
That's how senior year was for me. It's they're not gonna throw nothing, no big turning heads thing in there. It's really just a closeout of what the first 4 or 5 seasons was. It's just a close.
Right.
That's how my senior year was. I was really coasting. That second semester, I really wasn't in school. I really didn't care that much. I was just like, bro, I'm skipping school, leaving school, absent. I didn't care. My mom never even knew when report cards came. It was like, you ain't do nothing in 9 weeks this year. I was like, you're right. I'm ready to get up out of here.
I'm ready to get up out of here and go.
But I'm like you too. Junior year, you could throw junior year away. You can throw my junior year away. That thing was.
It just wasn't nothing. Like, I mean, I didn't even go to. Some people went to prom 11th grade.
I didn't either.
I ain't do all that. I always do all that my senior year.
It was so boring my junior year because the upperclassmen I had too, they was cool, but it wasn't like that. And then it was just boring. And then we had to take all those tests.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah, all them. I can stand them.
ASVAB tests and stuff like that. I don't care about none of this.
I was like, I was like, y'all can have all that. I won't even with all that. I won't even try and play with them.
And that's mostly was the days I skipped school. When we was in homeroom all day because folks had to take tests. That's why I used to. That's when we would go to lunch and just not come back. We was just like, bro, forget this.
And just not come back. We was like, bro, I'm not finna do this. We
I'm
ain't
not
doing.
sitting here.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't take.
I'm not gonna sit there.
I didn't take my senior year serious. Right. Exactly.
You ain't gonna do that. You kids.
I agree.
I was just like, bro, forget that. But you know, senior year, I did football, did track in my senior year. But for the most part, and I was in National Honor Society. I did that. It was I had a lot of stuff. I was in DECA. I was on the school newspaper.
Oh, I remember DECA. Yeah, I was in DECA.
I was in
for
DECA.
about 2 meetings.
See, a lot of the stuff we got, it was non-negotiable. So me doing DECA and stuff, because in our curriculum, you had to have a repetitive concentration. So it's like if you took art, you got to take art 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, art 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's like, how we did it.
So the one I was in was aviation, travel, and tourism. So I had to take 3 of those classes. So I did. I think I took one all 4 years. But I took 3. My sophomore, junior, and senior year, I took all 3 of them. And me and my homeboy, we got picked to go to state. We got picked to go to state for DECA. We ended up not going because they were trying to give us a senior trip. And we went on the senior trip, but the senior trip fell through. So when it fell through, we didn't have enough time to go back and do DECA. So, but me and my homeboy, we finished. It's the top 3 in each category. We finished second in the category. So it was in the sports and entertainment division. We finished second, and we was gonna go, but yeah. So I did that, and I was on school newspaper because in my English class, my English teacher, Miss Hope. That's how you know about Miss Hope. We knew about Miss Hope in 8th grade. We knew about her before we even became seniors. We knew about her in 8th grade. And they was telling us, oh, if you in undergrad, you're going to take her your senior year. Every year, we getting closer and closer to Miss Hope. Every year. So she made everybody in her honors class write on the newspaper. Everybody in her honors and AP class had to write on the newspaper. So, of course, I wrote the sports section. I wrote the sports section for the paper. I actually kind of liked it. It was kind of cool. And she liked they was liking my comments and all that. So I was like, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of glad that she kind of made us do it because it allowed me to be like, this ain't that bad. It's actually pretty cool.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, man.
So we get to senior year. How many times you take the ACT?
I think I took it twice. Once I got a 21, I was like, I'm in there.
I took it twice. I got the same grade twice. When I got it that second time, I said, I ain't taking this no more.
I want from the way. I learned at an early age to don't stress it. Baby, if it's just not for you, it just ain't for you. And I got that 21, and it was good enough to get into, it was good enough to get into college. I was set.
I got a 19 twice.
But I got a 17 the first time, but I had to get higher than that.
Yeah, I got 19 both times. But I got 19 on the free one, and then I retook it that summer. But I was like, once I get that 19 that second time, I was like, bro, first of all, my GPA basically a 4.0. My GPA was like a 4.0, 3.8 to 4.0. So I was like, I'm good.
I was like, if y'all judge me off of this little test, and you mean to tell me this 4 years worth of work, this GPA don't get me in school, I'm gonna be real upset.
Right, my extracurriculars and my GPA. If this don't get me into school, first of all, some people just not good test takers.
That's why I was just gonna say. I was like, people not good test takers. I was like, that was a test that I took for what, maybe 2-3 hours. But comparing that to 4 years worth of work under this GPA and all the time that I put into my extracurricular activities, you mean to tell me that you're gonna determine that?
Right.
That was so stupid to me. I was like, I'm not about to keep paying for this test to try to get what's the high score? 31?
32, 36, 32, 36. 32 or 36.
Baby, I've been out too long. I ain't even gonna try.
It was
But yeah, it's up there. And I just said I knew what I could handle, especially on a standardized test like that. I don't test well. I have test anxiety.
yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna do my best, and if I could just get into a good college, I didn't have a particular one because I didn't even think about college at first.
Oh, you didn't?
But
No.
and then I just said, well, I got the grades to go, might as well go. So that's how that went.
When you decided to go, what schools did you decide on, or you was looking at?
I was, I just didn't look at. I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why I didn't know more about colleges because both of my mom and dad went to college, but I just never asked questions about it. I guess, or
Mm-hmm.
it's just something I just jumped into. Not gonna lie, I went to a fair. It was a college fair at the school I went to, and I was like, let me just go and see my options, whatever. And I went. MTSU was there. I looked at MTSU. I
Mm-hmm.
looked at UT Martin. I looked at Tennessee State University and Jackson State University, only because my mom and dad went
Yeah,
to
went to
Jackson State.
JSU. Facts.
So I looked at them and I was like, out of state tuition is what? So I crossed them out of my list.
You got to.
And
You got to. You have to
I
at that
couldn't do
point.
it.
You have to
I
at that
couldn't
point.
do it.
Right.
So I ruled them out, and I was like, I could go to HBCU, but part of me was like, I've been around pretty much all black students my whole life. I kind of wanted to just mix it up, go
Right.
somewhere different. I mean, I didn't mind. So I looked at UT Martin. I said, okay, so it's kind of like UT Knox, but smaller. I said I prefer smaller because this is how I learned. It's like UT Knox, but just yeah, like I said, a smaller campus. Went and viewed the campus, did my housing application, and everything about the transition was so smooth. So I ended up choosing UT Martin because I was like, I'm not about to do this with anybody else. I already put in all this work here to visit the school. I'm gonna go ahead and go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I was between Tennessee State. I mean, I don't even think I toured up there. I just decided to not go to
I didn't.
because everybody from my school was going to TSU. So I
Well,
was like, nah.
yeah. 'Cause, like, see, when I was deciding, first of all, I looked at HBCUs, but I didn't know if I was gonna go to one in Tennessee or not. I ain't. Well, my mom already canceled 2 out of the 4 before I even started.
Uh-huh.
She already told me I wasn't going to Lane or TSU. So she told me
Uh-huh.
straight off I wasn't going to neither one of them. So my other 2 options is Lemoyne and Fisk. I knew I wasn't going to
Uh-huh.
Lemoyne because I wasn't staying in Memphis. I knew I wasn't staying in
Right.
Memphis worth nothing. And Fisk, Fisk is this. Fisk wasn't big. It wasn't big enough for me. And that tuition, since it's a private institute,
It's a
that's
private institute.
high.
And it was like, and it's literally up the street from TSU.
Yeah,
So
too.
it's like you
They both
could
in.
have just
Yeah. So when I
just
was looking
stay
at
right
school,
there.
I looked at MTSU,
Uh-huh.
UT Martin, um, Austin P. Austin P was on my list, and Ole Miss. Austin P and Ole
Uh-huh.
Miss. Those are the 4 schools I looked at. Ole Miss, I kind of canceled that one out kind of early. I was like, nah, I probably ain't gonna be able to go there. So let me look at these 3.
My dad didn't even let me finish saying the name Ole Miss. As soon as I said oh, he said no. I said, oh.
I'd applied, got in, because getting into these schools ain't the problem. It's paying
It's
for it.
not the issue.
It's
Thank
the
you.
paying for them. Because if I
Paying.
had the choice to go to the school I want to, I would have been all out of the state. I would have been gone.
I would have been through. I would
I,
have been in Cali.
I've been at LSU. I've been in Louisiana. I've been gone. I wouldn't even stay nowhere around here.
Nope.
If money was not an option and I could go to any school, oh, I would have been done. Oh, I would have what?
No questions asked.
Oh, yeah. I don't think no. I think if money was never an issue and every student could go to wherever school they wanted to, I guarantee you, a majority of the students at all the other schools will be from out of state.
Yep.
Majority of schools will
Because
be from out
especially,
of state.
to be honest,
Yeah, that's that.
it's like if you don't have money, if you ain't got that money, man, that's what it comes down to be.
And you're gonna be like, all right, so now I know I gotta stay in state. Cool. But the good
Yeah.
thing about having staying inside of your state, you don't have to stay in your city. That's the good part.
Yeah, that's the good part.
You can go 10. You can go
Explore
5.
your state.
Yeah, you can explore your state, so you can get away. That's the only good thing about it. You can. That's one of the good things about it. You can get away. You can go across the state and go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10, 12, 13 cities that got colleges in Memphis. I mean, not
Mm-hmm.
Memphis, in Tennessee. You got like
Mm-hmm.
10. It's so many colleges out there. Nashville got 4 of them. I mean, like 4 or 5 of them. So it's like you can find places to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I was looking
Yeah,
at,
you can.
and then I canceled out. I was like, I was the PN, so it came down to Martin and MTSU. But then another reason why I ended up going to Martin, my mom gave us one transfer rule.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you can go to whatever college you want to, but if you transfer, whatever school you transfer to, that's the school you got to stay at.
Right.
So, Mike and Sherrod kind of picked Martin for me because of their decisions. Sherrod
Uh-huh.
in Mississippi Valley his first year. He went to Mississippi State. It was cool, didn't really like it, transferred to Martin. Mike went to Knox for a semester, didn't like it, applied for an internship, got the internship. He was in Florida the next semester, then he ended up transferring to Martin. So
Okay.
my mama said, I'm gonna tell you like this, you go to Martin straight off. You go to Martin straight off. And if you don't like it, you can transfer.
Then you can transfer.
Right. So I ended up going to Martin straight off, but I knew upperclassmen and everything when I got there. So really the transition over to college was me getting to know people of my own age. That was it.
Right.
Because I knew upperclassmen. I knew juniors and seniors already. So it was me getting to know my own grade of people.
Your own grade, yeah.
Once I figured that out and got that, I was cool. So I was on the road to UT Martin too. So we ended up. So both of us just like, we ended up going to UT Martin. I went to the last SOAR. I mean, I went to the last one. I went to the one in July, right before school.
Right before school started.
I'm at the one July 5th. I'm at that one.
I'm done with you.
Yeah, I went to the last one because I kind of knew the campus already too. Cause I used to visit Mike and Sherrod, so I kind of knew. I kind of knew it. And then he took me around the campus when I went in for SOAR. Mike took me around the campus. He was like, the majority of your class is gonna be here or here. So, and then I stayed in Cooper.
That's good.
Then I stayed in Cooper. So
I stayed in are we getting into like how we met?
Yeah, well, we're getting into college now because we already decided on what school we was going to and everything. So now we're going on to college. So we looking at our years now. Bet. But yeah, freshman year, I was in Cooper Hall.
I was in UV2. UV2 was like the smaller apartment style, right?
Right.
Or was that UV1?
No, UV1 had your own room and bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, UV1 used to be so lit to me. I don't know. But no, okay, yeah, I was in UV2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little apartment.
And Cece was my roommate. Yeah. Gang. What's up, girl? But yeah, that was my roommate. But yeah, that's where I started out at. Man, it was so lit. That was so lit.
I started out in Cooper
Starting
Hall.
off in the dorms.
Right. The good thing about Cooper Hall, though, I mean, Cooper Hall was a community dorm. So we was in. So for the people that don't know about UT Mark, Cooper Hall was a community dorm, and it had like 5 rooms in there, and most people got roommates. It was like 4 or 5 rooms, and people had roommates and stuff like that. I had a private room because I couldn't deal with a roommate. I couldn't deal with other people. I can have a suite. Yeah. I can have suite mates, but I can't deal with roommates. So I had a roommate for about a week, and then after that, I went and got the private room. They was like, you gonna have to pay for the other side. I was like, I don't care. So we paid.
Yeah, I was like,
and we got that done. But I was like, yeah. But the good thing about Cooper was right next to everything. So
yeah,
I was next to the UC. I was next to classes.
Classes.
This class I had to go was HHB. That was the farthest I had to go for class. Everything else was in humanities. And
humanities was right there. Literally, you could wake up at the last minute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I had 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock classes. I'm waking up 10:40, brush my
Yep.
teeth right quick, wash my face. 10:55, I'm out the door. 11 o'clock,
I'm out the door.
I'm right there.
Yep.
So I had that one class in HHP, and all my other classes was in humanities. Then freshman year, my first semester, I had no Friday classes.
Oh, you had no Friday. Oh, yeah, I remember. I think I actually remember that when I met you. Was
Yeah,
it Friday?
because me and you took the same freshman class and didn't know
Yeah.
each other. That's what we met outside of that. But once we realized we met outside of that, when we took classes together, we was like, oh yeah. And then keep it 100. A lot of times, wasn't a lot of black people in our classes, so
No.
it was like 4 or 5 of us. So we tend to band together a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, my freshman year, Monday, Wednesday, I had a 12 to 12:50, and I had a 3 to 4:15. That's it
Uh-huh.
on Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Thursday, I had a 9:30, a 1, and a 2:30, and I was done. So Thursday, I was done at 3:45 on Thursday, and didn't have to go back to class till 12 o'clock on Monday.
See, yep. And then weekend be long, restful,
So
chilling.
now I have no Friday classes. I can
Mhm.
get turned at 4 o'clock on Thursday. I could go have fun that day, Friday,
Friday,
Saturday,
Saturday.
do all my work Sunday, wake up in the morning and chill on Monday, and don't go to class till 12.
Till 12.
So
I used to love setting my schedule up like that. If I could. I'm
yeah,
like, please.
yeah, college life was you learn very quickly, and I learned rate my professor. It helped me pick my teachers too. But
Yep.
yep. So that's all you had to do. But freshman year, I mean, just getting there, school was fun. Freshman year, oh, I had plenty of fun freshman year.
I had a blast. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause
We did
like I
dumb
said,
stuff.
I I didn't I didn't do a lot in high school. So I finally got to college and it was just like I hugged my mama, gave her a kiss, she cried on the way home, and it was just like, wow, like
Hey, please,
I'm
my
really
mom,
out here by myself. I'm on my
my mom
own
and them,
now.
man, they been through this twice already. I moved in the day before class.
Really?
I moved in
I'm dead.
the Sunday before
I,
class. Ain't no crying or
uh,
nothing. You good? You need anything? All right, give you hug, kisses. They sent me a couple money. They was on their way.
See, I was my brother didn't go to college, so I was the first one to go away. They was never used to me leaving the house. Like I was always the kid that just stayed around my mom,
Yeah.
and that was her first time letting me go. And I was only 2 hours away. It's not like I was like
That's another
far.
thing about Martin. It's close enough for me to get home.
Yeah, close enough for me to get home.
Yeah, man. So I was playing intramurals. I playing intramural football. I was just having fun my freshman year. It was just
Yeah,
and doing dumb stuff. But
dumb stuff.
so when we get to meeting, me and Creed met through a mutual friend. Her name was Corey, and
Yeah, girl.
Corey ended up. She knew friends of ours named DeMarcus. So we met. She met knew him, and Cree and DeMarcus had their little time going together. So
Mhm.
they was out there chilling, and Corey. I knew Corey from Gus. Gus introduced me to Corey, and I knew that. And she
What's
introduced
up,
me.
guys?
Yeah, she introduced me to a couple of them, and I was just like, okay. And then after a while, I used to see them all the time, and then we would just speak. We kept speaking, and then you knew, and then also that's how I got cool when I met Jason. We was all in one circle together, cool, because y'all went to South Wind together.
Uh huh.
So now
And I
I'm
didn't even know Jason in Southwind.
right.
But anyway, keep going.
Yeah, y'all met each other, but then once y'all figured out that y'all went to South Wind, and you was like, hey, you did go to South Wind. And then,
Yep.
but we basically met through a mutual friend. That's how it kind of started. We all met through a mutual friend, but we used to kick it at places. We would kick it in the old game room. Our game room we had in the UC that was downstairs. We used to kick it in there the whole time.
Oh,
So yeah, we was doing some good stuff, man. And then that happened. We just kept it going. We just so yeah, I mean, freshman year was cool. We did a lot of did a lot of different activities. I did, like I said earlier, I did intramurals and did stuff like that. But we used to go and just go kick it in the UC. We kicked it in the UC and outside just because.
Just because, just to get out of our rooms.
Right. We on the
That's
patio.
how you met people. That's how you met people.
Facts.
That's
I got
exactly
cool.
how you met people.
I got cool like 6.
I remember my first event ever was the foam party. I
Mm-hmm.
never physically got in the pit,
No.
but I remember like sitting on the side. I remember seeing the Greeks strolling. I remember just seeing all the kids out there, everybody else getting in the pit. Everybody else was outside dancing. We just outside having a good time, just letting our hair down before classes start. That was my first event I started meeting people at.
Yeah, I didn't
And
come.
when I think the Greeks had the patio like that Monday or
They
something, like for
did.
welcome week.
It was probably was something like that. I didn't even like I said.
I met Jamise.
I got that Sunday, so I missed
My
all
first
party and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. I met Jamise that Monday. I never forget that.
This is
Never forget that. It was the first face I saw was Jamise. She was like, "Hi." I got on the patio. I was like, because I just wasn't used to like people just being so outgoing.
right.
And she was like, "Hi, how are you?" I was like, "What's up?" Like, I'm good. You know, we talked, we chatted up, and then I just started watching everybody stroll and stuff, and all the freshmen were sitting on the side on the benches and just started mingling. I was like, I gotta make friends. So
Yeah, I think it was one big circle. One day it was me, Shanice, Shanice, Nash, Dennis, uh, Corey, and Jay Smooth. We was out there talking one time, and I promise you, we was out there talking like 2 hours, like we knew each
yep,
other for forever.
for forever.
Because I knew
That's
everybody
how
in that
it be.
circle. I knew everybody in that circle. I knew Nash from before, and I knew Shanice from before. And I just met Jason and Corey and them, and I just met Dennis. That's how I met Dennis. I met Dennis through Corey as well, because Jason and Dennis was cool, and then that's how I met them. And then that's how all of us got cool, because it was me and Trent. Me and Trent was that, and then Dennis and Jason was cool. Then when all of us met together, that's who we all 4 of us was together. So that's when, yeah, so we was on the patio just talking for like 2 some hours, went and got something to eat and came back out and started talking again.
Came back.
It did like, that's just how it was. And that's how I met, I knew of Feet, but I didn't meet Feet yet. And then I met Feet, and we was in the game room playing, shooting pool.
Game room.
And she heard me talk. She was like, "Oh, you sound just like your brother." I was like, "Well, I ain't gonna, yep, that one's gonna be going around a lot."
Right.
Right.
You sound just like your brother.
I was like, so that's how I met a lot of them. That's how I met Little Legs. I met Little Legs in the game room. Playing
Yep,
spades.
game room was a place.
Playing
Game room was that place.
Yeah, and when everybody was around the group started talking, and they knew, a couple of them knew I was Sherrod's brother, so they was just like, "Oh, this." So I was like, "Yeah, from South Memphis and all that." Once he heard that, he's like, "Oh, you from South Memphis?" And I told him where I was from, and he was like, "What?" I was like, hey, he was like, "You got both of your parents?" I was like, "Yeah." They married? I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, damn, nigga, you special." I was like, and I was like, that's why I met Lil X. I met Lil X and King. I met Lil X and King in that.
Yeah, you didn't meet Lil Legs without King.
Right. Lil X,
You
King,
didn't.
Friday. I saw
And
all
Trey
of them.
Day.
We was, yeah. And I was like, and every time after that, Lil X was like, "What's up, bro?" And I was just like, "What's good?" That's just how it was.
That's how it was.
And then that's when I found out y'all was dating all together and all that. I was like, okay, all this makes sense now. The circle is very, very.
The circle is coming, right? It's coming
coming.
together. It's
and
coming
then after
together.
that, we full
We just took off, and then it's like I just don't know how we end up being so close. And then I remember when your brother stayed next to me, and then you moved in. But I think we were already close before
We was
you
already
got to the
real cool.
apartments.
We was already real cool then because I didn't move over there till 2017.
Uh-huh.
I moved over there right before we graduated. I moved over there the year
Oh
before.
yeah.
The year before
Because I
graduation.
used to come over your apartment in the reserves.
Right. Yeah. When I was throwing sets and stuff over there.
Yeah. Gang.
Gang, 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 gang.
Two turn.
Oh yeah.
Two turn.
We was at Funville. What? On Funville?
Funville. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about Funville.
Well, we was acting
I used to see you a whole lot of places, and I ended up just putting two and two together that we basically knew the same people, and then we ended up just linking up on our own, starting to go out to eat and all that
you remember
stuff.
we was at Lil Ed's apartment, and it was we was eating Rotel. It was me, you, Fee, Keem, and then Nash came. Then Nash came. And that talk we had in that room, boy,
man,
we threw so much shade.
That was deep.
We threw so much shade in that room.
It was so dark.
It was all bad in there.
It was dark.
It was dark. And then wasn't there no stay right around there? Right after that was bad, boy. That was bad. We was just like,
that was our getaway from campus. We was like, we just gonna go to the courts. We gonna go to the courts.
Cause we was on. Matter of fact, we was on the patio. You was already there. You was already there at Lil Leg's house. But we was on the patio. He was like, it was me, King. Yeah, it was me, King, Lil Legs, and Fee. Or no, it was me, King, and Fee. Fee was like, I'm finna go to Lil Leg's house. I told him I was gonna cook. And he's like, shit, you come with us, you wanna come? And I was like, what bet? So we was over there playing spades, eating, drinking grape Ritas, lima Ritas. We were
oh God. Oh, we were grown.
Drinking, playing cards, eating Rotel, talking shit.
It was a kickback every day in college for us. Like it was just chill. Hey, you got some meat and you got the sides. Okay, you got the drinks. Bet. Let's all link up.
Who house we at? Like, I stay
Who
by
house we got?
You stay by yourself. Bet we coming to your house.
We coming to your crib.
Right. And what?
Throw something on the grill and just kick it for the day, man. I was like, did we even go to class? Because it seemed like we
that's crazy. We went to class. That's the crazy part.
We went to class. We went to class. But we went to class.
Yeah.
I had a couple semesters where I was like, you know what? I just ain't feeling it this semester.
Oh, yeah,
like, I had a couple rough ones.
I did.
But I made it out.
I made it out. Second semester freshman year, I was just torn up. It was just bad. It was bad.
See, it was my first semester. My first semester was bad because I don't feel like I was prepared for college. Not curriculum wise, not class wise. I don't think I was prepared because everything in high school, and I knew that they kept on saying college, not like high school, college. Okay, I understood that, but the stuff that y'all taught us, college,
it didn't transition over.
Man, I was like, this is like short story. I took biology in the 12th grade. And I love biology. Science has always been my favorite subject. Always. Always.
Me too.
So then I got to college and I get to matter of fact, I didn't even get into Donald Shaw's class. Everybody was like, getting the Donald Shaw. Couldn't get into this class. I got Pritchett.
I had Pritchett.
Man, I took that first test. Man, I didn't even make it to the first test. I got that first PowerPoint slide and printed it out. I said, what?
When did you take Pritchett? You took him your freshman year?
I took Pritchett my freshman year, first semester.
Nope, I took him my sophomore year, and it was still sucked. It still sucked.
It still sucked?
Yeah.
I flunked out of my first, like, that's what I was so depressed because I was like, man, college is hard. I got to my second semester. I still didn't do good in biology. And I was like, man, am I going to get into the program I need to get into, whatever? But no, I took Pritchett my first. They put me in biology, 140. Would never forget it.
I didn't take no
my freshman year.
I didn't take no science my freshman year.
And they messed me up because I was like, I'll never forget when my advisor signed me up for it. Yeah, you could just go ahead and knock this out and get it out the way and this and that.
We had like 8 science classes, so they was telling us you need to take a science every semester. because there was like
every semester.
with 2 biologies, you needed 2 chemistries, you need 2 anatomies, you need 2 physics.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to,
Mm-hmm.
you need to take that.
Just go ahead, be in science.
I was like, you know what? And I love science. Martin made me hate science.
Yeah. The way that it was, and then I didn't even have the lab to help me out. Lab was hard. I was like,
this.
I said, I can't win.
I was like, I can't win for nothing.
I can't win. And I said, cell and molecular, y'all gonna start me off here?
And we took class together. We both was in the class looking at each
And
other.
we both was in the class. And then the second semester, here they go. Well, we're gonna bump you down to 110. Me over here thinking like, okay, y'all had me in the hardest class in this biology section. I go down to 110.
Right.
I went down to 110. I did worse.
I did better in 130 than I did 140.
130 was the easiest, and I don't know why 130 was so freaking easy.
See out of 130, but it was easy. It was
and
easy.
You know the class that I just did not. I pulled an A out of anatomy and zoology. No, yeah, it is the same thing. Yeah, zoology.
Yeah.
I pulled an A. Don't know why. But I really did. I put in work in that class. When I took Zoe is when I finally learned how to study. Like I didn't know how to study when I got to college.
Me and you took it together. Yeah. That semester you passed.
Yeah. That semester.
Yeah. I flunked it. I failed it. It was weird. Oh no, I did bad in AP 3 times. Well, I took it. The first time I took it, I think I had to take it. First time I took it, I had to take 2 science in one semester. Dumb mistake. I took AP and biology 140. Dumb mistake. Insane. So
Jesus.
That I ended up dropping. Failing or dropping it. It was one of them. And then second time I got online, boom, dropped it. It was a wrap.
Dropped it.
And then I was in the last one when we was together. I just couldn't get it. It was just so much to learn. And then
it was a lot.
Then senior year came. And I was like, bro, you gonna have to pass A&P to get out of here. But boy, that new curriculum came for HHP, and I did not have to take A&P. And I was yes.
Yep. I tried my hardest to get out of all them. I said A&P is the class that taught me how to study, because I had the reason why I said high school didn't prepare me is because high school, who studied in high school? I didn't study a thing.
They babied us in high school.
They babied us too. And I said, this stuff is too easy. And I said, I got to college. I'm over here thinking, okay, I can look over this worksheet the night before, just glance at it. And the next day, all I got to do is memorize the answers. No, baby, you have to actually study the context, the meaning, the origin. I had to do flashcards. I had to do
multiple choice. It wasn't straight multiple choice anymore. It was
discussion questions,
filling the blanks, short answer questions. It was all.
You had to know this stuff. You had to know it.
It was.
And I also realized that I was a more hands-on learner, which is the reason why I did so good at A&P, is because I took so much time to go into. I took time to go into the lab, like on Saturdays, just in the lab 1 to 5. I had to physically touch the models, look at where this is gonna be at. I put in work for that A. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's what taught it. It really taught me how to study and be successful for the rest of my semesters at Martin, because I wasn't studying. I didn't know how to study. I was like, I never had to. This stuff came easy to me in high school. I would look at a page and literally memorize the whole test and have straight A's.
It was tough.
No effort.
Yeah, math was. I hated math. That's the one thing. But then when I got to college,
I couldn't get past math.
I hated math. That's why I'm glad with our degree, I only had to take one math class, and I took.
Yep, one math class.
Yeah, but it was like now as I'm older and looking back on my degree, I was like, "Gee, you could have easily graduated with a 3.5." Looking back at it, I was like, the classes were hard, but they really wasn't as hard as I made it seem sometimes.
Yeah. If I had to just put in effort, I could have got out.
If I really cared, if we really cared,
if we really being honest, if we really, and this is just my personal preference, if I'm being honest with myself, I really could have did without college. I'm not gonna lie to
Oh
you.
yeah,
I
honestly,
could have
yeah.
did without it. I honestly speaking, when and I just literally came to this conclusion probably a couple days ago. Cause I was just sitting here, sometimes you sit and reflect over your life and decisions you made and stuff like that. And I was sitting there looking at my degree. It's folded. It's not even in a frame. It's
Frame or
still
not, mine
rolled up.
ain't either. I don't know if my mama
It's
frame mine or not.
it's still rolled up in this little tube, right? And
Right.
it's in and I don't mind saying this like publicly. I don't care that this is recorded or whatever, but this is just something I just thought about. It was sitting there rolled up on the on my little stand in my room,
Mm-hmm.
and I just moved to Clarksville. You know, I'm not using what's in that tube like at all. I I'm not in that field. Right as of right now, I'm working two jobs to like, try to get it just to start out, get ahead until I find something better or whatever, in my field that I'm going to my through my master's program for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just getting a feel around, starting out low until I can, work my way up into the company and things
Facts.
like that.
Facts.
So the guy that I'm dating, he's working at a correctional facility, something that he loves doing. He loves doing like armed security guard, armed stuff,
Right. Right.
correctional stuff.
What you
He
like to do?
correctional officer. That's what he liked to do. He didn't go to school, and he makes more than me. And then like when I put that in perspective, it's just like he kept on saying, he was like, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
It,
It's the
it's
networking.
very
It's
true.
the networking. It's very true.
It's
And
so
I'm
true.
and I'm living this right now. This is somebody who I live with, who I watch go to work every day, makes and I'm not coming from a I don't want this to sound like I'm coming from a jealous standpoint of
No,
my significant
but
other,
we
because I'm
understand.
glad. I want him to. But I just want people to understand that before you go to college, really do your research. Is this something that you really want to put your time, your money, your tears, your effort into, just to end up not using it like down the line?
A degree don't guarantee a job.
A degree don't guarantee a job. This I was like, when I go apply for these jobs, don't nobody ask to see my degree.
They want to know
Nobody
what
asked me to bring
experience
it
you
in.
got. They want to know what experience you got in the field.
First thing they ask. First thing they ask. What kind of what have you done? What's your experience? I see, but I got hired at these jobs because people were looking at my resumes like, oh, okay, you've done a lot. Like uh
You
you're
work in
really
real places.
well rounded. That's what I hear a lot of. You're well rounded. You worked at a lot of different places, and I'm like, yeah. But not once did they ask me for that. So where's your degree? What degree
Did
do
you
you have?
graduate? Yes.
Did you graduate? Yeah, I
What
did.
experience you got? Okay, boom. Send me that.
I told him I was like, I'm working on my master's right now. One of the companies didn't even bother to ask what I was studying.
Right. Hey, girl, they
Like, they didn't care. That was like, we see what you've done, we see your experience, we see that you know how to
what
work
you
and
doing
what to
and what
do.
you doing. Right.
But yeah, I said, yeah, that's just being honest. And it's funny because I legit just thought about this the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to think about I got a son now that I want to educate to do better than what I did. And I would much rather him pick up a trade, do something that he
Trade
could
school
flip
so much
money
better.
on.
Trade school so
I,
much better. I was like, bro, if you could go be a construction worker, mechanic, man, you
you
know
can
how
own
much
your own
money?
shop.
You know how much money
Like,
mechanics? Man.
fixing these folks' cars. People love their cars.
And you become a personal mechanic. People come to you personally. It's like,
Personally,
bruh, they pay for construction workers. You think they getting paid cheap money to climb those banisters and climb those rails and stuff,
man,
suspended that far in the house? I wish you would say, yeah, we're gonna give you $15 an hour
15 an hour.
for
No,
driving.
round it up, round it up.
You're gonna have to give me. I gotta be making 80, 90, $100,000, $100,000 or more a year doing that stuff. It's a wrap.
Man,
We sit back and we look. We was like, we spent all this money for this piece of paper.
what's piece of paper? And I don't ever want to say that I'm like I would never want people to think that I'm like knocking. Hey, if you go to college, you go to college. Let me just say it like this: you go to college if that's what you want to do. You find a way to not get to not be in debt when you get out of college, that's fine. If college is paid for, go do it. Get that education.
Right.
But don't. What I'm saying is, do not put yourself in debt for this paper. Like, don't do it.
Especially if you don't know what you want to do. If you want to
don't know
be a
what you want to
doctor
do.
or lawyer, stuff like that, go to school, do what you got to do, get that. But if your degree is in history, my guy, come on now,
My guy,
my guy,
like,
come on now.
come on now.
It's history.
You just doing this for giggles at this point. Like,
Right. Like my guy.
do something. I'm all about, like, what is something I can get into that I really enjoy doing? Like now, I'm enjoying being my own boss as far as starting up my business. I'd much rather sit here and be a mobile bartender for myself, like get booked to do parties, weddings and stuff like that. I'd rather do that because I enjoy doing it. I love making cocktails and I love socializing. I love being around people. One day I want to expand that and own my own bar. Like, that's something I could have been working on 7 years ago. Like, and I would have, imagine where I would have been now if I hadn't started my business back then, type stuff. If I had known more about, entrepreneurship, owning my own business,
I
stuff like
seriously
that.
thought about going to culinary school first. I seriously thought
Yeah.
about going to culinary school.
I looked at LaCole Culinary so many times in Memphis.
I looked at culinary school first.
I was like, I want to do something. But everybody was like, go to college, you get your education.
The best time of your life. Now, don't get me wrong.
Do not get.
I had fun.
I had fun. I had fun. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie about it.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
The college experience, now I ain't gonna lie, that was real.
I look through my snap memories and just be like, I was having the time of my life. It's like college years just has its own category. Yeah. I look back at it, college was a movie, and I meant that, and I mean that wholeheartedly. From start to finish, yes, it was a movie. It was a movie. Start to finish. Some of the going Greek, being on campus life, taking naps in between class. It's just like the simple stuff. Sitting on the patio when you ain't have nothing to do. Your day ended at 12 o'clock. You chilling eating Chick-fil-A in the food court.
Probably 2 o'clock. You chilling from 12 to 2. You chilling on the patio in the food court because everybody's getting out of class at 12, or they going to
on their lunch break.
Or they're going to class at 1, so everybody's chilling, or everybody's chilling at 1. That's all it was. So those classes, I mean,
and I made sure that my schedule was that I did not have nothing to do, and in the middle of the day on a Friday. I made sure.
Oh yeah.
I made sure.
Either I had 11 o'clock to 11:50 and I was done, or I had that 1 to 1:50
and I was done
at 2. It was one of that. But most of the time,
it was one of that.
12.
Yep.
On Friday.
So I could just sit here and kick it.
You got 10 o'clock and 11
The probates, the shade, the Greek shade, the step shows, the yard show. Come on, man.
Let's go ahead and get into it. So
let's go.
Us and our friend group, we was all cool, and we all talked about, different organizations and stuff that we wanted to get into. Because if you looked at it, all of us, me, my boy Jason, my boy Dennis, the group I was talking about, we alphas. Then I got my boy Little Legs, he a Q. Then I had Cree. She was Zeta. Then I had Cree that became a Zeta. Then I had Aaliyah and them became AKAs. And then I had what's the name of them? I had other folks become Deltas. So it's just like we was all together very, very quickly. And then so before all of that even happened, before leading up, we was all cool. I was the late one, so I crossed a year after them. But we all get there when we get there.
We all get there when we get there.
So we started off, and like I said, she knew Jamise, the girl that y'all heard her talk about, is a Zeta, but she was just out there talking to people, just being nice, and you connect with that. So when stuff started coming up, you was like, okay, let me check this out. Let me check that out. Let me do this. Let's do that. So how was your process going into joining Zeta?
Like I said, I first met Jamise, and matter of fact, let me rewind. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know just as I didn't really know a lot about colleges or anything like that because I just wasn't planning on going. I didn't know about Greek life like that either. My aunt is a Delta, but growing up, you don't know what that stuff is.
Something you
I
just
used to always go to my auntie house, and her house used to always be red, and I used to always tell my mama, yeah, I want to go to auntie house. They got all the elephants. She got all the elephant statues in her house. I want to go over there. So that's all I knew about it at that point. But then I got to college and I was like, wait, there's blue people? You know, this is just me being naive.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, there's blue people out here? And that was before I even knew Jamise was a Zeta because I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know what the letters were or what they meant. Of course, she had on her period, but I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know what that stuff meant.
Right.
So I saw the deltas. I was like, oh, okay, I remember this. My auntie got this hanging up all in her cars and in her bathroom and in her kitchen and everywhere. So that's that's where all her stuff was. I remember seeing. I never forget Mean Fee. I'll never forget Mean Fee. She was out there, baby, strolling by herself. And I mean, when I say that girl hit her stroll
Oh, if he
like
was
nobody's business.
he
Oh,
gonna
Fee was gonna hit that junk by herself. It didn't matter. So I was like, who is that? Cause she's sassy. I hope she see this.
right.
But I was like, who is that? Cause she is sassy, honey. And I met Fee. And I knew, of course, I knew the cues. I knew the cues because they always make themselves known.
Yes.
I didn't know about nukes. I didn't know about iodas. I didn't know about sigmas. I didn't know about nothing but Qs, deltas, and AKs. That's all I knew. But then I started to. It's just something about Jamise's attitude. When she came up to me, that's the reason why her first impression never leaves me because that's just how she was. She was so bubbly. She never did press Zeta on me. Like she never did was like, hey, you should come to this. You should come out here. She let me just like legit. She let me breathe. Brought me on the patio. Like this is what we do. This is what we stroll. She said, don't jump into anybody's line or whatever. We were talking, and she introduced me to LaCardia and Kira. Those were the first three people I met. And
line sister, so you
and we all that's her line sisters, those are her line sisters. And I met them and we just hit it off. And I started seeing them like their events, started going to their events. I went to everybody's events. Everybody. If the K's had something, I went to them. If the Deltas had something, I went to them. Q's cooked. Of course, I'm going to get me a plate.
Oh, yeah,
so I was out.
Oh yeah.
And I saw the informational flyer, and I just was like, okay, they said we could go to anybody's informational. I can always learn information. That's fine. We'll learn the information about it, and I was sold. I was like, we act just alike. Like I was a perfect fit. I felt like I was a perfect fit. And then after that, once I joined, it's just college really started for real after I joined Greek life because the road trips, going to different schools, it just opened up a whole new world of stuff. I was like, this is lit.
Networking was real.
And drunk while doing it. I was like, this is just love.
It was drunk networking.
drunk networking. But no, aside from all of that, like for real, after I got into Zeta and got into actually putting together events, like these were life skills that I still use now. Putting together events, that's something that like
people think
it's not easy. Putting together PowerPoints, booking rooms, making sure everything is booked, like that's stuff that I do with my master's degree. Like I'm in hospitality and resort management, so I'm going into the event coordinator. Like that's the stuff that I'm looking into. So putting stuff together, that's so hard, man. Like planning for people. What if this many people show up? What if not a lot of people show up? Do we have enough stuff?
You always
overbuy.
Always overbuy.
Like always. And I said, but like after that, that's how my process went with that. The probate, I said I never saw myself being on stage, like doing nothing. Probate, that was like, you're gonna have to do it. It's like you have no other choice.
Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah,
And after my whole personality just blossomed after that. I think I ended up being real outgoing, a lot of people knew me. I knew a lot of people. And I came into myself for real after that. After I got to college, it just expanded so much. And ever since then, I just been growing.
Yeah, I was.
So that was my process.
Yeah, me, I was already introduced to it early because of my brothers. So I was already introduced into how alpha was
Uh-huh.
for my oldest brother, and then when I get there, Mike pledging. As soon as I get there as a freshman, Mike pledging. So
Uh-huh.
my first semester, Mike pledges and everything. So I'm chilling and I see how everything's going and everything like that. But also it was like I did my research on all the organizations. And
Uh-huh.
I didn't pick Alpha just because my brothers were Alpha. I real deal researched all of it before I came to
Right.
the decision. So it was just, going on like that.
My bad. I don't know why I just hit that.
Nah, you good, you good. But yeah, so we
Okay.
did that, and it was just like, but I enjoyed it. And then having my friends with me as well that wanted to pursue it as well, it was just better.
Uh-huh.
It just was a better feeling. So I used to see all the probates and stuff like that. I've seen more alpha probates than any other probate.
Mm-hmm.
The other fraternity or sorority, I've seen more alpha probates. So it's like it was just it is what it is. And then I was fortunate enough to get picked and everything, and I end up becoming an alpha. But
Mm-hmm.
by that time, Cree was a Zeta, Lil Legs was a Q, Jason was an Alpha. So my boys,
Mm-hmm.
my homies, they already Greek now. So when I crossed, they was there having fun with me. They was just like, "Well, we got shit anything now." So it felt good even seeing my friends happy for me. That's what made it
Mm-hmm.
even better, seeing your friends happy for you, because they understand. Yeah, it ain't easy. We're gonna keep it at that. It ain't easy. So
Right.
they understand it's all love at the end of the day. And then,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, going to the Greek picnics, going to the
Ooh.
going road tripping. Like I said, me and you, we met.
Lord.
We was at AGP. We was at.
AGP.
We
The
went to
link up in the ATL.
ATL.
NGP.
AGP. Went to NGP. We had stupid fun at NGP.
It was a blast. Like I keep trying to tell people, I'm like, I know it's a lot more to Greek life than that, but it's just y'all don't you half of my memories came from that. I'm not saying I wouldn't have had the same experience. No, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't have had the same experience if I did if I wasn't Greek. I mean, I probably would have went on. Of course, I would have went on trips and stuff. But something like that is
It,
I
it
will
opens
never
your
forget
eyes.
that.
It opens your
I will
eyes.
never.
It opens your eyes
Right.
way more because now
Uh huh.
it was like you get to enjoy being Greek because it's like you paid this money, you did what you supposed to do, you got through all of this. It was like it's okay to go enjoy it.
To go enjoy it. It's okay. It's okay to go to get together and just be on some fun. It's like we had fun, and even then, I had fun at the conferences too. Like the conferences, getting out of class for the weekend and just hitting up a new city in a nice hotel with
Right.
your bros, with your sisters, just like bonding with each other, getting to know each other. Like it's just it. I just can't explain it. I can't explain it. I talk mess about college. I really do. It's some things I would have done differently, but even with what the information that I know now, I probably still would have went to college, but I just would have been smarter about how I spent
Oh,
the
my degree
money
would not have been
to
the
stay
same.
in there.
My degree would not have
Like,
been the same. My degree would nowhere.
oh no,
It would have been nowhere
oh no,
near the same.
it would have been nowhere near.
No, no.
I would have did
On
something.
the other side of
I
campus,
right, hello. I would have definitely been in the business classes.
I would definitely been in communications. I definitely would have been over there. I would definitely not been in HHP.
HHP, yeah, HHP. I just did it because I don't even know why I did HHP. I just for some reason thought I was into the whole physical
I wanted
therapy and
physical therapy. That's my main reason. But by the time my junior year came, I was like, do I really want to do this?
do I really want to do this? And I was like, no.
No,
And
but
then
I only got like 48 hours left.
48 hours left.
Yeah, so
And what kind of money do I have to sit here and go and choose to do something else?
and be
Like,
another 3 years when I could get out in a year and a half. But switching this would put me at another 3 years. I'm like, I already got enough debt. I don't need no more.
Right.
So, but yeah, that was my process of going through stuff. We went to Murray. Folks don't know. Keep in mind, my homie little Steve, they crossed after us. We used to do so much, and the thing that I think another reason me and Creed are so tight is because the Alphas and the Zetas loved each other.
We were so close.
We were so
I
close.
don't know if it was because of Pruitt or because like everybody else before us. I know Pruitt and them was real close too.
Right.
But it's like ever since then, it's like we never separated from each other. We were just cool.
Outside D.
No issues. Zeta Alpha Week used to always just go smooth,
Cold
be fun.
November.
Like
We made
cold November.
Cold November. We was lit, and folks hated that.
We was lit.
Folks hated that.
Folks hated that. I was like, why? I
Hated
said,
that.
don't we want to be close with people, like other people? I said, it's cool. It ain't nothing but love going on out here, man. What y'all upset for?
We threw events together. We threw parties together. We did weeks.
Parties.
We showed up to each other.
And it used to be lit. It used to be lit. Like people used to actually come out.
Because
support.
people said it too, you guys were organized. So that's why y'all was organized. Not saying all the other sororities and stuff wasn't organized, but y'all really would come together on stuff. And we was on a time frame. We was like, bro, we gotta get this stuff done, get it in.
We gotta get this stuff done. We got stuff to do. We got places to go. We come in. We have our agendas. We have our notebooks and stuff out. We ready.
We be like, okay, we agree with this. Y'all agree with this. Okay, boom. This is how the week's gonna go.
And the reason why we kept it going is because like we know how to work with each other. So we already knew we had that trust established with each other. Like, hey, let's come in and sit down. Let's do this. We're gonna do this. And we came up with some really great ideas. We didn't BS. We didn't half step or half do anything. Like we actually thought some stuff through.
Movie nights. We did everything.
Movie night.
The movie night, and like 5 people showed up. You know how much fun we had with those 5 people that showed up?
With those 5 people? We sit here eating popcorn, eating hot chocolate, and pajamas.
Watching The Conjuring.
Watching The Conjuring. Watching The Conjuring.
And you know how much
I was
fun
like, man,
we had.
And we kept on saying, we need to do this again, just like with us again. Let's just do this at somebody's house.
Right, because Hollis and them came in, and we was just like, bro, there's one thing about it, we weren't going to beg nobody.
No. And if you didn't come, it's like, okay, well, that's fine. We can go and chill and kick it ourselves.
We post something and y'all gonna be like, bro, y'all ain't tell us. It's like, no, we told y'all just didn't care. So don't get mad at us cause folks hate when we post stuff on Snap or something. Look how fun we out there. It's like, man, y'all ain't let nobody know. We was like, bro,
y'all ain't let nobody know.
We got y'all.
I was like, we've been posting all week, man.
So if you didn't want to come out, you just didn't come out. Yeah, what it is. Man. Like I said, we used to throw sets. I DJ'd one of the Zeta sets.
Yep.
The pajama set. Oh Lord.
Is we going there?
Pajama set. And keep in mind, y'all, I was pissed because I made a whole jug full of punch and it spilled in my car.
It spilled in your car. I remember that.
It spilled on the whole back seat of my car. I spent 45 minutes making this punch, and I'm putting it in the car to take to the set, and I hit a turn, and the jug just tilted over. And
I will never forget you text me that. I was like, dang.
So I'm drinking not Four Locos. It might have been Four Locos. Mike Hart. Keep in mind, Four Locos. We was in college. It is what it is. I'm drinking those.
Yeah, Four Locos.
So I'm in there playing music, and I'm just like, you know what? It happened now. It is what it is. So. We started turning up, and I was like, okay, I'm getting folks lit, getting turned and stuff, you know, playing a little couple dancing songs and all that. And then Chelsea had came over, was like, all right, she started slowing it down, start throwing it. I said, y'all ready? I said, say less.
Like, we ready now?
That's when Pretty.
And then after that, it was legit a movie.
Pretty Ricky, Usher, Tyrese, Genuine, everything started coming on. We started
everything. And it just like the rest of the night was just a blur, to be honest.
What?
The rest of the night was a blur.
Start throwing old school songs in there. It was just. Right.
Forgive me for getting dark. Yeah, I'm still in the car and it got dark outside.
Right. It happened. We got about
I
another.
just put my son in his seat.
Right. We got about another 10, 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna let you get up out of here, and then
Okay.
go from there. But yeah, we used to. I threw this set, and then we was all turning everything. Then I played dump truck, and we went.
We went in. That was it.
I played dump truck, then followed that up with back that ass up. Oh, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
We was in that thing. It was turning up, slow grind. It was everything in that thing. Yeah, it was just, whew, that was some fun, man. Throwing sets.
That was some good times.
It was
some good times.
We had,
but college overall, for real. Like I said, it was good. If I could go back over and do it again, I would change my major.
Definitely.
And I would definitely be smarter about the money that I spent there. Like it wouldn't be as much of a loss or a huge L to me if I had been smarter about my like loans and taking my classes serious, trying to find more money for classes, getting classes paid for, like actually strategically using it to where it didn't put me in so much debt. Right. Just being open and honest about that. So if anybody's listening, just tidbits. It's fun.
They didn't give us they didn't say, another thing too, y'all, take finance classes while you're in school.
Yeah.
Take financial literacy classes. Please do that. Because they don't teach you nothing in high school. They don't teach you how to write a check. They don't teach you about They don't teach you about loans. They don't teach you about
the
debt.
stuff that you actually use, like
taxes. They don't teach you about all that.
Yeah.
Fixed loans to get a house, car loans, stuff. They don't teach you about none of that stuff. Please take those. Please take those classes on your own because nobody else is gonna give it to you. So, Need for Sheed and OG Creek gonna tell you right now. Take those classes. But yeah, I would have switched my degree wholeheartedly, and I would definitely took college more serious because at that point, we all live when we learn. So it is what it is. You do what you got to do, and you keep it moving. But it's a lot of people out here that in careers that have nothing to do with their degree, have nothing to do with their degree.
Nothing at all.
So it's just like, but we had some fun times. We did that when we went to, hey y'all, we drove to Murray, Kentucky at like 12:30 in the morning. Keep in mind, Murray's like 45 minutes away from Martin. It's like 45 minutes to an hour away. We left there at 12:30 in the morning because, we was a little inebriated, a little feeling good about ourselves.
Yeah, was feeling a little bit, just a little bit. Feeling ourselves a little bit.
Shout out to Uncle Snoop. Shout out to Uncle Snoop and all them. We decided to drive to Murray for a cookout. That next year they gave us cookout in Martin, but in order to get cookout, you had to go to Murray. We driving, tripping. We tripping on the back road. I'm talking about tripping. Creeding them sleep. Creeding them fall asleep.
I was knocked out.
On the way back, they was knocked. It was no staying up. We driving. We see coyotes. We see deer. We see everything out. All for a cookout tray.
For a cookout tray. I was tripping. I was like, man, we did all that to go down there.
And it was fun.
My background. He don't like being in the car seat when we in pursuit.
It's cool. We almost.
So I'm just muting this.
Yeah, no, you good. We almost done. But yeah, it was just like the food. We drove down there for a cookout tray. That's it. We went down there for some cookout trays. That's it. It was just fun. It was fun. And we drove back, messed up. Keep in mind my brother Steve in the car and her Neo Jamie is us four in the car. Before we get out here too, the Zetas threw the most shade possible at probates. They do the most. Unmute yourself.
Oh, I was about to say, wait, what?
They threw
Yeah.
the most shade. It was actually between them and the SG Rose. You mute yourself. Unmute yourself. I don't care about that background music. You good. You gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, my bad. I'm
No, you
back.
good.
I was like, I'm sorry. Caden is cutting up in the back seat.
It's cool. It's cool. We almost drowning this out. We almost done, so it's all good. But yeah,
Okay.
the Zetas and the SG Rose, they threw
I
the most
plead the fifth.
shade in the world. The NLPB probate is terrible
Yeah.
because
To this day, it was pretty bad.
it was
To this
bad,
day,
and it was.
bad.
But the funny thing about it was they didn't start it.
No.
They didn't start. They just put everything that folks were saying. They just did it in the probate.
That's it. And they just finished it. And I was like, look, this is we're gonna tell everybody here right now.
Right. And the least amount
Right
of shade was thrown to the SG Rose because the SG Rose didn't start no problem.
No, we was cool. We ended up being real cool with them on campus
Right.
towards the end. And
So,
I was like, I said, it wasn't nothing to be said with them. And it's so funny, and I'm glad that you bring that up because that was a fun part of my college, my undergrad career too, because it was just fun putting together a probate. Like
what?
to look back and see all your hard work and the time that you put in it, the outfits and inviting people. It was just lit.
All that
Playing the after party.
And if you know anything about fraternities and sororities, dissing is going to happen. I don't know why everybody take it personal. I don't know why folks take it.
I don't know, but yeah, it's not nothing to take part. When I look back at Greek beef for real, it was just college. It just wasn't serious
college
to
nonsense.
me. It wasn't that serious. It was college nonsense, and it just made college fun. Like, okay, you got competitors. Of course, you're gonna diss. Like that's just what happens.
Don't get me wrong. A couple of people took it too far. Couple people took it too far. That spring 15 Sigma probate. They took it.
Shout out to y'all.
They took it there.
Took it there. I was like, oh man, that was funny.
Shout out to our oldest too for bringing them umbrellas. Shout out to the IOTAs for bringing them.
Shout out to the IOTAs. Like I said, it's just the little things that just when I sit and reminisce over Greek life, it just pulled it all together because all of us was just there to really have a good time. Like we're here for a long time, just a good time. You feel me?
We would laugh. We would be like, if
your diss was a good,
if your diss was a good, like bro, y'all could have came harder. Y'all could have came harder.
And don't be in them group meetings during the probate.
What? The group text? No. Oh.
Group text?
We texting each other. What is going on right now?
What is going on, man? What y'all doing? Okay, Katie. Okay.
We upstairs saying, let them use you.
Let them use you.
Let them use you. We up there having no food. But we go to everybody probate. That's the thing. We didn't miss nobody probate. We went to everybody.
We didn't miss nothing.
We missed.
If it was one in Murray, we was going. One in Bethel, we was going. One in Memphis, we was going.
We was missing probate. And probates on our campus. Oh, we didn't miss not one probate on our campus. We went to all of them.
All of them. It didn't matter.
Everyone. It didn't matter who was crossing. We was going there. Because 9 times out of 10, we knew at least one person on that line. So we was like, we're going to support them. And then it was fun finding out people that you knew that you didn't know was crossing. And you be like, bro, look at that. That was fun.
Right.
It's a shocker. But Greek life comes and we had our fun. We did everything we wanted to do. We went out, we partied, we had fun and all that, but we got them grades and we ended up doing what we had to do. And as you can see, as me and my sister talking, you are looking at 2 graduates. So we did
2 graduates.
We did
what we had to do.
But we did graduate together. We graduated
yep.
18 together. So
together.
I'm telling you, we partied, we did all this stuff and everything, but we got out there with that degree too.
We handled our business. And now look at us.
If you there for a reason. So you get that degree, and we got that. So
Yep.
I just, you can tell I got my, my nephew in the back. He ready to go home. He ready to eat. So, it was been a great time just sitting here talking to my sister. Y'all gonna see a little skips and everything in the
Yeah.
video. But hey, as long as she was here to talk,
And
that's all that's good to go. So,
and Caden back here saying, "What's up, everybody?" He upset. He did get the whole podcast and want to start
soon as
acting
the
up
end
towards
come, he
the
want to
end.
act up. But that's his pardon gift. That's his pardon
Right.
gift to everybody.
That's okay.
I was
He
glad I was
says,
able to get her on today with me. I know she's busy. As you can see, she's a mother to a newborn, so she has to be hands-on a lot. So you guys,
"Yes,
I'm really thankful that you was able to come on today and
no problem."
talk with me. Right before we sign off, let the people know what you got going right now.
Right now, I am just in Clarksville. Like I said, trying to get my feet together, get my feet on the ground, and get started to flourish out here with my baby, with my family. I got a whole family now, and that's what it is with me right now. I'm ducked off.
Right.
Y'all won't see me no more.
So, hey,
Okay.
just spread what you got going. You got your businesses and stuff. Just let the people know what you got going.
Got my business. Oh yeah, shout out to Crease Cocktails.
Crease Cocktails.
Shout out to Crease.
We some
Shout out to Crease Cocktails.
we some mixologists over here. Me and her,
Okay.
we gonna make these drinks and we gonna ship these drinks. So
Yeah,
guys,
we're gonna partner together and make these drinks.
We're gonna make this money. It's too much money in this world for us not to be making it. We're gonna make
Yeah.
this money. So you guys heard her. She's got Crease Cocktails. I'm gonna have all I need you to do, just text me all your socials that you want people to follow you on, and I'm gonna put it at the end of the video. But
Bet.
y'all see she does mixed drinks and everything. She'll ship them to you. Just let her know what you want. She got
Yep.
she got a couple different flavors of stuff that coming out. So all you got to do is tell her which one you want. She's shipping
Tell
out.
her which one.
And just
I got you.
Just
I
right.
got you.
We got y'all. She
Yeah.
gonna do what she gotta do. And we're gonna keep making this money because why not? So I'm gonna put her socials at the end. Y'all go follow her. Go order some drinks for her. I gotta order some.
Hey, Crease Cocktails. Instagram.
All this, and you guys be able to see it at the end. And once again, this has been another episode of my podcast. I'm just reminiscing. I want to thank my special guest today, Cree, my sister, for coming on and talking with me.
Thank you.
Reflecting about on old times. I just put my podcast out on different networks, so now you guys can stream it and listen to it on Spotify, Google Play, all those services. So I'm putting those out. So I just want you guys to go listen to it. But once again, I want to thank Cree for coming on. And this has been another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing. New episode coming next week. And I just want to thank you guys. And hopefully you guys come back and check out my episode next week. It's good. It's good.
See ya.
It's all love. It's all love.
It's all love.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right.
You feel me?